So hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. As we are all aware, during this lockdown period, a few episodes of the Happiness Project and also a mashup video of the Happiness Project, all of them went viral, and a few people who had not watched the show before came in to see the show and loved it. So suddenly there was this conversation about my interviewing skills and my listening skills in particular. Frankly, during the show, whatever happened during the show was all organic. I had not really thought of it analytically. I had not planned out even my questions. Whatever happened in the flow. And yes, I love listening to stories. And I was listening to the guests, completely immersed in the conversation. So that's what happened during the show. But because there was suddenly an interest in listening skills and people were talking about my listening skills, I thought, let me just get a little technical about it and find new information that I could share with you. So here's this video which is about the art of listening, being a good listener. So how and where did I learn to listen? I think I owe it to my granddad, my mother's dad, whom I fondly called Apupa. He was my most favorite person on this planet. And my grandpa used to tell me all these stories, mythological stories from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, which I used to completely love. And he used to tell me about Bhima, Arjuna, Sugriva, Hanuman, and all those characters just came to life in front of my eyes. I think that is where I learned how to listen. So this skill of listening was further, I think, worked upon when I became a news anchor with Star News. Now, as far as we are concerned, we are normally sitting inside a studio, and we have this production control room, PCR, just adjacent, which is covered, separated by a glass door, and all we can do is see what's happening. We cannot hear what's going on. The only way the producer used to communicate with all of his news anchors is through this earpiece that was right inside your ear. And when there was a breaking news, literally all hell would break loose. All the producers would be running around and it would be a crazy situation, but we wouldn't hear any of it. The only information that was again coming in was through the ear. And we used to literally hunt for information from the audio bites or the visuals that came in or the phone-in interviews that were lined up live with sometimes police personnel or ministers or even the chief minister. All these random pieces of information from the production control room, from our producers, from our news editors, from the bites that were coming in, all came in through the ear. So what happened at that point in time was, through the chaos, we learned how to concentrate, to pay attention, to sieve out that little bit of information that could take the news further. I guess that's where the skill of listening developed, but alongside there were a lot other skills that developed, which I think are thinking on the spot or asking the right questions, or how to engage with random people and how to manage the time. All these things, yes, of course, it all happened, but the most important skill that I learned then was being attentive and being a good listener. Listening is the biggest gift you can give anyone, a precious act of sharing your time for the understanding of the other. So what are the traits of a good listener? So let's begin with the 3 A's. The first A is attitude. Attitude is the mental position of feeling or emotion with respect to a situation or a fact. Now that's just the definition. Let's just keep it aside. We all know what attitude is. So what's the right attitude that you need to have in order to be a good listener? First thing that I've learned is you have to approach with an open mind. Now, there are many people who come onto the show who have a very drastically different opinion from me on various subjects. If I want to listen to them, I should also remember to keep my opinions and my prejudices aside. Sometimes they do shock me, sometimes I'm startled, sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised. But whatever it is, you have to keep an open mind. You cannot underestimate the importance of respect in any interpersonal relationship, whether it is between the parent or the child, husband and wife, between colleagues, between a teacher and a student, between a guest on the show and the interviewer. Wherever it is, respect is very, very, very important. By giving respect, you are allowing the person the space to open up and be confident about the thoughts and the opinions. Please be interested in the person and the conversation. If you're not, there the conversation ends. I have this relative of mine who keeps asking questions, and the moment the question comes, I make a lot of effort to say the right answer. But even before I have started out, he poses the next question, and then I can clearly make out that he's not really interested in what I have to say. He's just interested in his own questions, and that's where the relationship breaks apart or falls apart. You need to show interest in the conversation if you intend to understand or listen to the person. Listen without judgment. Sometimes you come across people who have very different value systems or opinions from yours. Probably they live a very different lifestyle, but if you want to really understand them, you need to stop judging. I will tell you this very strange experience that I had. I was visiting my husband's colleague's wife, and I was just sitting down for a cup of tea. We started talking. She started telling me about her life and where she came from and her college days, etc., etc. But soon she opened up and she told me all the troubles that she was having in her life. In fact, her marriage was falling apart. She was in an abusive relationship. She told me all about it. And I was completely baffled because she was a total stranger to me. I was a total stranger to her. Why would she open up like that? Later on, when I got home and started thinking about it, I realized that probably the reason that she opened up so much was because I was not judging her the whole time. So that helped her open up to me in ways that she herself did not imagine. Keep your ego aside when you're listening to someone. By ego, I mean you are not the most important person in the room. The person who is speaking is. So where you come from, who you are, that's not important. Now, there's this particular episode on the Happiness Project where I was literally like a child listening to a story. And I remember during the entire conversation, I would have barely said a few sentences. And a few people asked that, why is your presence not felt? Why aren't you talking more? I said it never mattered because here was a wonderful story being told in the most beautiful way. And I shouldn't be existing on that platform. Attention, that's the second A of listening. Paying attention is easier said than done. Many of us get bored easily, or you get distracted easily, or you have trouble focusing. Well, if you have all these issues, it's very difficult to be an effective listener. Honestly, you need to work on focusing and concentration. There are many ways of doing it. You can get into meditation, you can read a lot, or you can listen to various audiobooks and slowly work on it. There are ways to get your concentration levels higher, but that would be probably another video. But now let me just tell you as to how you can make out if the person is listening to you keenly and attentively. Now, if the person is smiling, nodding his head and making eye contact, well, I'm sure that he's listening to you. Or if the person is mirroring your body language or just, kind of repeating your actions, well, that's also a good scenario where the person is listening to you. Or maybe if the person is tilting the head to one side and paying attention, then, well, I guess in many episodes of Happiness Project, you can actually see me sit like that with the head tilted to the side and paying complete attention. These are ways of gauging if the person is listening to you and is completely attentive. Before I move on to the next day, I would like to bring your attention to this point that we literally do not pay any attention to a lot of things around us, and therefore they do not exist in our world. Now, this was a yoga session and this was a meditation class, and the teacher asked me to pay attention to the sounds around. So this was a yoga class, we were outdoors, so I could hear so many birds chirping, so many sounds which I had never ever heard before. And that was a revelation. But after that, every time I go out for a walk and when it's an early morning time, I try and pay attention to all the sounds, especially of the birds around, and that makes me so happy. Trust me, the next time you step out for a walk, and if you do that, if you pay attention to all the sounds around, I'm sure you will come back a more calmer, happier person. The third point is adjustment, meaning essentially going with the flow. Rather than assuming that the speaker should be saying this or that, or that the conversation should be centered around this particular subject or should be headed in a particular direction. Instead of constructing a conversation, you are just letting it flow. Now that happened in a few episodes of Happiness Project, which is by far my favorites. I can tell you about Anjali Menon's episode where she spoke about her college days and her entire journey towards being a filmmaker, and it took a life of its own. Another episode where this happened was with singer Rajalakshmi Abhiram. The entire episode is just about her mom, and this was a very casual conversation we had while we were applying makeup, and she mentioned her mother. I was a little curious about her, so during the shoot I did talk about her, and then it started flowing in that direction alone, and it was a wonderful episode. Kuchipudi dancer Sri Lakshmi Govardhanan, who had come on the show, I had no clue how this conversation was going to evolve. That particular episode of Happiness Project is entirely about this search for her guru and what that guru is all about. So sometimes when you just let it go, when you let it flow, magic happens. So guys, good listening is all about 3 A's: attention, adjustment, and attitude. So the next time you're having the conversation with your friend or your colleague, with your mom, dad, or your child, remember the 3 A's. So if you like this video and the content that I am putting out here, please do remember to subscribe and share. Do hit the bell icon for further notifications. I would love to hear from you. I'm sure you will have similar experiences to share. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Please put it down in the YouTube comment section. I would like to know what you think about this video as well. I'll be back with a new video very soon. Till then, please take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye-bye.